So CPTSD, in case you didn't know, is complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Sometimes can be mistaken for bipolar disorder. So if you have bipolar disorder or you've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, please look up complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Because like I said, some of the symptoms can be very similar, but you can end up with a misdiagnosis. So I had a traumatic event happen in a work situation a few years ago, and I developed CPTSD symptoms. And I had a PTSD test, but it wasn't clear if the PTSD symptoms I've got were in fact from that work event or whether they were from previous traumas. And I felt like my CPTSD symptoms had not gone away totally, but were, like dormant for some time. Not all of them, but the uncontrollable crying, for example. But recently that came back a couple of weeks ago. So that was kind of really difficult for me. Well, I don't even think it was a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like a week ago. So it's about a week ago, actually just over a week ago. I'm trying to remember now. So when I was with my best friend, I was getting really upset, for example, and this is in like public, not just in private. So this can be really hard. And when I saw him last was not this Friday, the Friday before. He's poorly at the moment, so I hope he gets better. But I wanted to point this out because I think not a lot of people have heard of this before. And complex post-traumatic stress disorder is when people are, or have been, I should say, subject to trauma that goes on for a prolonged, sustained period of time, and or multiple traumas as well. I have had multiple traumas in my life, and some of which has been sustained for a number of years. So because of all the recent stress and the health issues, everything like that, it's just like all got on top of me at the moment, and I'm in a very stressed state. That's why I can't live stream at the moment, because in order to look after you on this channel, I've got to look after myself. So I'm not quite as bad as I was the other day, like with the crying, but I do have my moments of tears and finding it harder to cope with everything at the moment. I'm sure that things will settle down in the future more, but my diagnosis of osteopenia out of the blue last month really on top of my fibromyalgia that I've had for years, and anxiety, and the foot injury and the back injury that I'm due to get over, hopefully, with the physio recovery, all of this is hard on me.